Welcome, Leo, to your monthly love reading for December of 2017. And I'm going to start out like I started out with everyone else, and I have cards on the side. And I feel for some of you, you may be going through an issue with maybe someone that you have dealt with, and this person is someone that you two don't get along right now. And I feel like it's maybe a reoccurring issue where this person pops up in your life, or vice versa, and there are issues where there's like resentment and arguments that go on between you because you may have had a long history with this person. And the fact that some of you are in a new relationship, or you have a love for a new person, and your romantic partner or next partner, either you're jealous of that person or they're jealous of that relationship, the new relationship that you have. There could be something like that that's going on. So your partner or your ex-partner could be making threats and things like that to keep the relationship from going or moving forward. There could also be issues with your partner if they were kind of stealing or taking things from you and not giving them back. You know, there's a lot of conflict that could be going on with you and that other person, I feel, for some of you out there. And others of you are waiting for maybe to hear back for some kind of financial windfall or something to come through that can kind of help you to get away from a certain issue. So whether it's a loan, a new home, things like that. But there does seem to be some issues with drama that could be going on this month. Mercury is moving in retrograde, so that could, you know, throw a hamper on some of the connections that you are actually yearning to make this month. And maybe not everything that you want it to be, but it is a good time for planning and progress. So other issues with family, and I feel like for some of you could be dealing with someone who's dating multiple people. Not to put worries out there, but some of you may just have your intuition could be letting you know about this, that someone is not really trustworthy, or this could be you, all right? And some of you could definitely be falling for someone who was a friend, and a lot of you are getting over a past partner, I feel. And that's the conflict that's there with you and the other person. So let's see what we have from the romance angels for you. Two cards for the theme from the romance angels, and I feel okay. You have, this could be the one, and it says you've already met the romantic partner that you seek for. So for a lot of you, there is someone there, but there could be some issues and conflict with that particular person, or you can't get to them just yet because you may be blocked by someone else. Okay. Let's see, romance angel messages for Leo for December 2017. Message for Leo for December 2017. Your love. And then we have past life relationship. It says you have known each other before, and I feel like this could be, remember I was saying, reoccurring theme that's happening with you and this other person, in and out, and moving on and kind of back and forth. So there may be some unfinished business in a past life. Something dramatic could have happened, where someone, you know, lost their life, or there were a lot of different things where someone was really treated wrong. So sometimes you may reincarnate to take different roles to experience that life between you and the other person and see how things unfold then. So maybe a deep connection with somebody. All right, so let's see from the tarot deck here. Tarot messages for Leo in love. Spirit, messages for Leo in love for December 2017. 10 card cover cross spread. Their emotions, how others may be seen with the partner. Partner with the partner going through, and then the outcome for Leo for December 2017. These are general in nature, so they may not resonate with everybody. You can always go to the website psychicloveheals.com and schedule something personal for your energy, right? This is for Leo, December 2017. Okay. So we do have the Ten of Swords in reverse, so definitely something that is bound to end, something that's almost over, but there's some issues going on. Someone has been hurt, you know, through something that could have happened physically, emotionally. There are wounds that are still there with you and another person, and this could have been like a long time, 9 years, 5-year relationship, issues with trust that are going on, and you and the other person still talking about it, communicating about it, or the fact that someone is not willing to talk about certain issues. there's some pain for some of you out there. And strength is here, so it could be with a Leo for some of you out there, another Leo. But I feel like this is the card of overall trying to gain your strength, being compassionate with yourself, and try not to be angry with that other person if you know and felt like you hurt them, and then trying to let go of that guilt or resentment that they have towards you, so that you can forgive and move on. I feel for many of you out there. Temperance is here, so that's another card of holding and keeping your composure, and it's almost like lessons learned. It's like if you want better manifestations in the future, you have to make sure that you're not flipping out on another person, you know, getting into drama. This is a 5, so it is about conflict, but making sure that you are just trying to keep the peace, and especially if it comes to competing sides, if there's another person in a relationship that's still desiring you, vice versa, that you're not flipping out and trying to be understanding of that particular situation. Could be a Sagittarius for some. The recent past, there were some squabbles going on. You have 3 major arcanas here, so this is the Cancerian energy for some of you. I did mention that there could have been like issues that you may have had with another person, say the house, the mortgage, car insurance, things like that. Issues with someone just wanting too much control, and someone not wanting to yield or be compromised in a relationship. Those are some issues going on, especially when it comes to traveling. But a lot of arguments, disputes, issues happening on a material plane as well, that another person was not able to kind of pay back or help out with a certain arrangement. But issues with that coming from November. There were some issues with fights or disputes with you and another person, kind of having a falling out. The 2 of Wands is here, and what could be. So again, thinking about planning, thinking about how to start over, start fresh. For a lot of you, you could be on your own, but there is like this contemplative mode on making a decision. Some of you have come to this decision already, but now this is like trying to get things together to see what you actually want. All right. The near future is the King of Wands, so you could be feeling strong and determined, and I feel like this is good energy though. I feel like a lot of you are feeling bold. You're feeling like making a move on somebody. Somebody may be making a move on you. It could be the fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but this is still an energy of coming from November, which, you know, a lot of that tension is there, but you still having self-control. I feel if it's not control of your situation, just having self-control, because this is maybe you or another person focusing on business, you know, even your relationship. You're trying to be the one who is the leader, you know, that's leading by example, instead of getting into the petty things that are there in the past. So that could be for some of you out there. All right, your energy though, there are issues with communication. So I feel like your whole thing is potentially to just maybe walk around or walk away from somebody and not even get into the altercations, even if that other person is trying to provoke you or to try to pull you out of your comfort zone where you are right now, because you may be feeling very confident and self-assured. So another person could be kind of wanting you to lose your cool, but you're not doing it. So I feel for a lot of you, you are not communicating. Mercury is in retrograde, so there could be some issues with someone telling the truth, but I feel like you're just not having that conversation with the other person, kind of moving away from them, because they could have been making threats, they could have been doing different things like that. So it's like, you know what, I'm not even going to talk to you or be bothered with the situation anymore. So let me see how others may be seeing you. It's like you got the power in your hands. It's like you feel good, and I feel like it all comes through you getting away from that tension, that particular situation. And you could be dealing with the Taurus for some of you, but this is pregnancy. This is feeling good, emotionally stable, feeling attractive, and it's like you do have the power there for a lot of you out there. So whether you're male or female, I feel like this is really good though. So something, you're feeling good for the month of December for a lot of you out there. And you could be talking to someone that actually is pregnant, or that they have children as well, for many of you out there. All right, or someone could be married. This could be a marriage as well. So your partner, what's going on with your partner? This could be you, them kind of coming to you, or the fact that your partner is potentially like receiving other offers, and there could be a bit of jealousy coming from you, because they could be admired by other people, you know, spending time with them, even if they are friends. This is just not a card of love. This is a card of romance and wanting to spend time with someone just to be around them, to because you like their energy, for some of you out there. So I feel like Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer may be around your partner. This could be your partner as well, that could be kind of coming in to send you a message of some kind, or they could be on the receiving end of that. So communication could be strained with you of them. They're kind of out and about doing their own thing. All right. And the outcome, we do have the Four of Pentacles. So this could be, you know, a couple different ways where you're still kind of holding back, not communicating. Also financially, you may be kind of, you know, focusing on saving, you know, could be holding on tightly. You may be having a budget, you know, to kind of make sure that you are stable where you may be living right now. But and it could be holding on to the past as well for some of you out there. So we will see. Let's see why. Clarify the Ten of Swords reverse for Leo. Clarify the Ten of Swords reverse for, it's 11-11. Clarify the Ten of Swords reverse for Leo. And then we do have the Two of Swords, whether or not to move on, to open up to another person just yet. For a lot of you, this is making a decision, or someone has already made a decision for you to move on. So a lot of you are still thinking about that, I feel, whether or not to go back to the past or not. But it's still like you have boundaries set up so that you don't get stuck in that. And that's been a theme for you for the last month as well. It's like releasing the past so that you can move on, and keeping up those boundaries. And that is good, so that you're not falling back to past patterns and issues. Okay, completing a cycle. So let's see why the Ace of Swords is in reverse for you, Leo. About Ace of Swords in reverse for Leo. Ace of Swords in reverse for Leo. Almost had it. So the Four of Swords is here. So you're taking time to just reflect. You're resting right now, whether it's healing or just dealing with things as they come. You know, that's what I feel for many of you out there. Let me see. Clarify the Knight of Cups for your partner. Clarify the Knight of Cups for Leo partner. And the Hermit. And if this is not you trying to reach out to them, there's someone else that they could be dealing with, a Pisces or a Virgo. And even if they are receiving a message of some kind, they're not wanting to accept it, or they're just trying to figure out what they actually want as well. So they could be still single, or they could be dealing with different offers, and it could be like them moving on, moving away from you, and still thinking about you. I feel for many of you out there, you know, still just yearning for the past, but still moving on for some. All right. And I feel like they know that you're thinking about what they're doing, you know. And let's see, clarify the Four of Pentacles for Leo. Clarify the Four of Pentacles for Leo. And then you do have the Lovers in reverse. So there are issues with there's like a third party here for some of you out there, you know, trying to find your way completely out of a certain situation. You could even be under the same roof with this person, but you're staying there because it's it may suit you right now, even though you two may not be conversing with one another. You're just there, maybe as friends, but it may not be appropriate for the other person that you are romantically involved with. They may not be liking that so much, so they are aware of that. You're aware of that as well. So some of you are attached to an unrequited situation, something that is not in your best interests at this time for many of you out there. All right. So that's what I feel for the month. All right. I do hope that the messages help you out. It does look like a good month for a lot of you. You're just going through some transition, I feel, and definitely there is someone there. But sometimes you may need to still take a little bit of time before you are to make this connection with another person, or renew the connection with somebody else. So those are your messages for the month of December, and lots of love to you, lots of light. Reminder, go to the website psychicloveheals.com if you want a private or personal reading that can help you with your specific energy, as these are general. Okay, so have a good one and happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year if you do celebrate the holidays. Much love.